With all that's been going on in the country with COVID-19, we've decided to postpone any RV travel for now. We'll go over our recent experience with having to return early from the Florida winter escape and give 5 reasons why we think any RV travel should be postponed for now. These are unique and difficult times, with the travel landscape changing quickly. Because of this, there are several known risks we want to highlight that may help you make better decisions. Later in the video, I'll share several ideas that you can do now while you wait for the opportune safe time to head back out. Hey everybody, this is John Marucci. Thanks for visiting the On the Road YouTube channel. This channel is all about helping you get the most out of your RV travel experience. Before we get going, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos are published. If you want to dive deeper, we put more content and photos on Instagram and Twitter at John Marucci. So let's go ahead and jump in. So here's the recent story. As those of you who have been following know, we've been on a winter escape down to Florida from Michigan. It's actually the 3rd year in a row we've done this. And we were in Florida for quite a while here this winter and then realized that we probably need to head home because of the COVID-19 thing going on in the society. We decided to head home a few weeks early actually, and it really queued up when we found out that healthcare and rehab facilities were closing to visitors. That was kind of the indicator to me that I got to think about going back home and getting back to where I needed to be. And just as an FYI, we didn't really have any issues coming back the 3 days we took to come up from Florida to Michigan. We actually found out that Florida state parks were closing very soon after we got back to Michigan. So there's the story. We're back home safe now in Michigan and things are looking pretty good here so far. So here are 5 reasons to postpone any RV travel for now. The first one is to avoid putting drain on local groceries or supplies. Smaller areas may have already been overtaxed to get supplies to residents. You don't really want to take those up away from the local residents. The second thing is that you're going to avoid putting additional strain on local healthcare resources. Some camping areas may have limited healthcare options available to residents. And if you injure yourself while you're camping, you're going to take up those resources that maybe local residents need. The third thing is to avoid taking up campsites that may be needed for traveling healthcare workers. You may not know this, but healthcare professionals, many of them, also travel full-time in RVs to go around the country where they're needed. Fourth, you're going to avoid any unnecessary risk of catching or spreading the virus. It's common counsel from leaders to stay put where you are. Now just think about this with me for a second. Even if you're self-contained in your RV and you have your own bathroom and you're not using the public facilities, which may or may not be closed at a state park, you may still be using the dump station planning to dump on your way out, and that's a place that you can spread the virus. So just be very aware here that you probably just want to avoid this for this reason. Fifth, you're going to avoid getting stuck due to rapidly changing situations. This was our concern in Florida, that we may not be able to get back home easily or get stuck somewhere. So just be aware of that. Things have changed greatly over the last week and could this next week as well, and you don't want to get stuck somewhere you don't want to be. There's several things we can actually do now that we don't have to wait for. So here's one thing you can do. You can actually clean thoroughly and polish your RV. Some of the benefits are getting fresh air and exercise, and a diversion from the current situation. It's a great time to really think about deep cleaning on your RV or your RPod. Secondly, you can complete any necessary repairs, upgrades, or mods. I mentioned a bunch of tips here in the 5 things to do during the off-season on the YouTube channel. It's a great time to do any repairs, upgrades, or that mod that you've been thinking about through the winter here. Third, you can driveway camp using your RPod or RV. It's a great thing to try to do if you can't get out and about in it. Use your imagination and create unique and positive memories during the situation that we're all facing. If your RV is not nearby, you may want to consider bringing the tent out and doing a little backyard camping. Fourth thing you can do is research future camping destinations. There's a lot of YouTube videos on sites and places to travel to. You can actually plan a fantasy RV trip. Since you can't go right now, you can start dreaming big about it. And even plan out some travel routes if you want to stop by specific points of interest along the way. That's something I'm doing right now, by the way, longer term, is thinking about travel planning for even next year. Fifth thing you can do is reflect on previous adventures and virtually camping. So most of us take a lot of pictures and even videos of prior adventures, and it's a great time to share those highlights on social media. Instagram's a great place to share pictures and videos for other people to see some of your prior adventures. Sixth thing you can think about is learn your RV's features. So if you're curious about something specific, it's really time to dig in and learn about it now. There's a lot of sources like your owner's manuals and forums and even YouTube videos. For example, we have a good video on the RPod RV High Point convection microwave oven that's been helpful to a lot of people to learn about how that convection oven works. So it's a good time to actually learn some of those things that you maybe haven't learned thoroughly enough, and you can spend time doing that, as we can't necessarily travel easily right now. The next thing is to watch RV related movies. There's two that I really like. Robin Williams' RV from 2006 is very funny. And also The Long Lawn Trailer is a classic by Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Fun to watch if you get time to look at those. Get your mind off some of the serious things in the society. The next thing is to turn your RV into a temporary home office or classroom. Now, this is some of the things that I've been seeing online lately, is people actually saying, okay, I can park my RPod next to my house. I'm going to use that for my home office to kind of get away from the house and do work there and be isolated a little bit. The other thing is a classroom. Maybe you have older kids in school that are working from home now, and you can move them and make that a classroom for them, and it'll be something special for them. Especially for families who are working at home and need a little bit of extra space, it can come in handy and maybe save some of your sanity. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. This is John Marucci, and so long for now.